Hi, and welcome everyone to 647. 6 stories for 7 a.m. Your quick news fix. Why? Because there is a famine of truth in our land. And the truth starts now. All right, our first story. It's titled Not Cool. This is Britain's Kenton Cool, 51 years old. He broke the record for most ascents to the summit of Mount Everest on Sunday with his, get ready for it, 19th ascent. 19 successful ascents to the top of Everest. Okay? Great job, Kenton. But here's what's not cool. Guess who was with Kenton on this ascent? The Sherpa, who has been with him before, but this was the Sherpa's 23rd successful ascent to the summit. So how come the white guy from Britain gets all the credit, gets all the press, and the Sherpa outdid him, and there's nothing about him? That's not cool. I mean, buy this guy a beer. He's had a great life. He started in 2004 with a successful ascent, and he's been 19 times. Good job. But what's a Sherpa get? Come on. This is 2025. We need that Sherpa to have some representation. All right, story number 2. Fly the friendly skies. Yesterday, a Lufthansa flight from Germany to Spain had no pilot at the controls for 10 minutes, a half hour out of Spain, beginning the descent, right? What happened? The pilot said to the co-pilot, I'm going to take a break, go to the bathroom, stretch a little bit before we come in to the terminal control area in Spain. So the co-pilot said, fine. The pilot left the cockpit, and the co-pilot immediately passed out. All I can say is, thankfully, the autopilot was on. But for 10 minutes in a descent into a more congested area, there's no human being overseeing anything. Okay? Not cool. It's not cool that almost I could put an airplane story every single day. This is just crazy. All right, number 3, yesterday, New York City on the East River, the Mexican tall ship Cuauhtémoc, right, is coming in to get gassed up and then continue to sail up to Iceland. Not going to happen. Didn't happen. Tragedy happened, right? While they were on the East River, their steering mechanism broke. This is a ship with 3 masts that are 147 feet high, and there's no controlling this boat. The East River has some serious currents, and all of these Mexican sailors were in their parade formation, which means they're all climbed up into the rigging of the mast. They're standing on the crossbars of the mast. It's all very, very impressive, but they don't react because they don't understand that the ship has lost its steering. And the mast hit the Brooklyn Bridge, snap off. 2 of the sailors get killed in the fall. 17 of them get injured in the fall. And it's just a tragedy, and there's all kinds of video on it. But here's something even worse than this. Senator Chuck Schumer immediately claimed that this tragedy happened because of the DOGE cuts to the U.S. Coast Guard that affected the command, the communications, and the local coordination levels. No, Chucky. The steering mechanism failed. But you know, these Dems never let a disaster go to waste. That is the damn Dem motto. All right? Tired of these people. Number 4, DC Quickies. And this DC Quickies thing, it just keeps building and building. So yesterday, another bond rating drop for the United States of America, this time Moody's, dropping the U.S. bond rate from AAA to AA1. All right. The company said the blame is because of Congress and past presidents who allowed ballooning budget deficits and had no will to lower spending. So the bond rating goes down. And as Bannon says, the bond market gets a vote. So the pigs at the trough in Congress will be seeing in the near future 30-year treasuries at 5%. Okay? What's bad about that? It means that our debt service costs go up, and we're already borrowing all that money to pay the interest on the debt. So this is all moving in the wrong direction. It pushes the value of the dollar down. And guess what? The BRICS nations are getting ready to meet to decide whether to go off the dollar. What? News like this is going to make them say, you know what? Let's do it now. This place is going down the tubes. Our Congress is like this Mexican boat, all right? It's lost its steering mechanism. Ahoy, Mike Johnson. Yeah, okay. We're heading towards a crash, and these clowns are driving us to it, and they don't care. All right. Number 200 DC Quickies, our fourth stories. Biden diagnosed at 82 with aggressive prostate cancer that has spread to his bone marrow. And a urologist cries foul. The urologist says, no way. All of this just came up. This guy's had huge medical scrutiny for the past 4.5 years. And prostate cancer is something that you pick up and manage normally for 5 to 10 years easily. And this cancer responds to hormone therapy. And so he could live for years. So what's going on here? Something is up. You wouldn't think that with the Bidens, would you? I think they're going for a sympathy vote. All right. Remember Jen Psaki, the former White House press secretary under Biden? Well, her new show on MSNBC is Psaking Wind right now. And she was supposed to be the future face of MSNBC. And her show's called The Briefing. And recently it was outperformed by Bob's Burger, The King of Queens, and Paw Patrol. Jen, it's not happening. All right, next story, DC. Go Tulsi, right? FBI agents raided a prominent lobbying firm Sunday morning that served the military-industrial complex. What did they find? Paperwork and account information on a Panama-based shell company and sending kickbacks to 8 Democrat members of Congress. Oh, man, there's more face cards at this card table right now, all getting turned over. Next story. ICE officers, gotta love this, posing as workers driving a taco truck go into an area where there's a bunch of illegal aliens playing the Mexican music on the speaker, park the thing, throw open all the service windows and start, and all these illegals come out to the truck, they serve them the food, and then they all get arrested. A taco truck. Now, you know what? This Donald Trump thing, it's affecting the whole world. That's the kind of stuff he would do. All right, 4-6, Pam Bondi, ready to charge Alejandro Mayorkas with treason for facilitating 20 million illegals to just walk into our country. And you know what? Mayorkas He's not incapable. They didn't just walk in. They got a smartphone. They got a bunch of money put on the smartphone or on debit cards. They got flown to areas of the country where they could affect the balance of the vote from red to blue. They got housing. They got hospitalization. They got free education. There's a lot of organizing going on and all that. So this guy was capable. He was just treasonous. So let's go get Alejandro. All right, number 5. Trump's big, beautiful bill advances out of committee late Sunday night. Okay, who knows what's actually going on? But the vote was 17-16 along party lines, with 4 MAGA Republicans voting present in protest for them not lowering spending. So look for serious challenges when this thing hits the floor for a vote, and then when it goes to the Rhino Senate full of deep pockets, compromised future jailbirds. The package includes fat money for illegal immigration, class trips to El Salvador, military buildup, some of it for phase 2 of domestic shock and awe. The main thing is that it extends Trump's 2017 tax cuts, and there'll be cuts to Medicaid, food assistance, and clean energy, which sounds inhumane, but it is about all 3 of those programs being full of huge cheating. All right? So they're going to get to the bottom of that, but there's a lot of stuff in this bill you wouldn't want to know about. There's all the LGBTQ stuff. There's more of the Green New Deal stuff, because all those programs are full of kickbacks. All right? So they add the little caveat to the end of this: there are no formal or final changes, meaning that there's going to be lots and lots of side deals are going to be cut before this thing goes to the House floor for a vote. Right now, this is pigs in a blanket. All right, story number 6. Everything old is new again. Here's a guy we should all be thinking about and spending a little time reading about, because his life reflects what's going on now. His name, Aaron Burr. And Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel on July 11th, 1804. He was a busy enemy of the Republic. He lost the presidential election to Thomas Jefferson in 1800 by 1 vote as a senator from New York City. So he settled for vice president under Thomas Jefferson. Like today, after the duel, New York and New Jersey both indicted him for murder for killing Hamilton, but he never stood trial. So Burr returned to Washington, listen up, to oversee the impeachment trial of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Chase. So that was a big deal. And then the Senate acquitted Chase on March 1, 1805. It was a swamp then. They're taking care of their own. Burr was put on trial for treason for trying to capture New Orleans with his own military force and get that away from the United States and in coordination with Spain. He went on trial for treason. He was acquitted. He went back to New York City in 1812 to practice law. Gotta love it. And then he died at 80, deeply in debt, on the day that his wife's divorce to him was final. You can't make it up. There's a lot of themes in that Aaron Burr story that we are going to be seeing unfold in the next 90 days. And what are you going to do about it? I'll tell you what, you're going to be the smart people at work, and you're going to like us and share us, and you're going to have a fantastic kickoff to a new week of work. So have a great day at work, and God bless you.
If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.